3-minute rounds. The first fighter into the ring from the blue corner, representing the parent gym. He stands 5 foot 10 inches tall with a record of 26 wins, 9 losses. Marcus Powell. Ladies and gentlemen, his opponent tonight from the red corner, fighting out of KO Next Generation with a record of 15 wins, 4 losses, and 2 draws. London, make some noise for Wilker.
So the main event tonight here in London sees an incredible, much anticipated, much awaited A-class ring time contest. 15 minutes of ring time on tap, Malcolm. Both men in the shape of their lives at the top of the heap. Two of the best guys in London. A real hometown rivalry. International Stage League, Next Generation Combat, playing host to two of the very best.
Chris, first off, I've never seen Wilker BARROS so ripped. He looks in great shape. But right above our commentary position, I'm looking at the thighs of Marcus Powell. What a beast this man is. And as you said, this would top the bill in most events, Chris. This is an incredible matchup. Now, the thing here, we talked all night about Crew Sam and the challenges and the tests he sets his fighters. Well, you and I have both discussed with him and on camera the fact that they share Nick Samways, an incredible man himself. And Wilker BARROS, although it was under K1 rules, lost to Nick Samways, a man that lost to Marcus Powell. So what does Crew Sam do? He matches Wilker with Marcus Powell, who beat the man that beat Wilker.
So a little bit of a triangle going on there matchmaking-wise, but never mind that. Let's talk about the past. We got to mention the present. Both guys really were vocal about the fact that this fight could have happened at any time in their careers, but the best time is now. They're both not concerned about the game plan. They're both not concerned what the other is going to bring to the table. They're both worried and more concerned, in their own words, with going out there and showing why they, as individual fighters, are complete, well-rounded, can take it and give it in any single department. That could be interesting. It's going to be a well-rounded fight.
When you say complete, well-rounded, this is what excites me. It's not K1 rules. It's A-class Muay Thai rules. When you look at complete and well-rounded, the art and science of 8 limbs, everything will go here. We'll see the elbows coming in. We'll see the knees now. As I said, we were there for Wilker BARROS versus Nick Samways. It was a great K1 fight, but this excites me, Chris.
Both guys look gigantic. I mean, it was just intriguing to see the walkout. They both seem so calm and so relaxed. They know each other. They know exactly what's at stake here tonight. Red corner for BARROS, blue corner for Powell. A-class Muay Thai, 5 3-minute rounds. Malcolm Martin, alongside myself, Chris Hoekstra. Great to be with you folks tuning in worldwide.
And Chris, their mentality is the same as well. They both see this as not the opponent, but as the challenges. Marcus says he likes when a training camp finishes to get into the fight, to see the development that's happened from there. He says he likes to leave it all in the ring. And again, Wilker sees it a test of himself, so their mentalities are the same as well. 5 3-minute rounds. The elbows can come in, the knees can come in. Anything goes here in this main event, and what a main event.
Like we said during the walkouts, both guys said, I'm going to go out there and see what the other one's going to do, and I'm going to find holes. I'll set traps. I'm complete. If he wants to go to the clinch, fine. If he wants to exchange kicks, perfect. We can do elbows, and of course I got the punches dialed.
And Chris, this is a traditional Thai start. We've got the 5 3-minute rounds, so they're having a good look at each other. They're very cagey here, looking to work the legs. How many times have we seen a start like this when you know that potentially, as you said, you've got 15 minutes in that ring?
And two guys with nearly 10 years of experience apiece. And it shows. Little smile, lots of lead leg maneuvering here. Wilker showing the oblique kick, swapping stances. I think Wilker is probably the more confident switch hitter, but Marcus, no stranger to the southpaw unorthodox matchup.
And did you hear that, Chris? The moment they got in close and they felt they were inside punching range, so you knew it was elbow range, the crowd immediately, this is where the atmosphere goes up.
And younger fighters take note. Take note of the footwork. Take note of even where their eyes are. I mean, neither fighter's giving any indication. Their eyes are straight at each other. So there's no tell. There's no telegraphing.
And again, a measured pace as we'd expect from this big main event of the evening. Mutual respect in there as well.
Good short punches there from Wilker.
Well, at key points, Chris, when they've engaged, it's Wilker that's initiated it with the fast hands over the top.
And it's kind of wild to sort of realize that both guys have got so much power and they're neither flinching. They're just good coverage. They're making sure they stay disciplined, staying tight, remaining intelligent and instinctual rather than reacting and getting into trouble.
Well, this is the thing with A-class rules, Chris. There's so many ways to finish it. And then when we bring the elbows into the play, probably the boniest part of your body with the knee, and you're allowed to use the elbows to the head, that can change a fight instantly. A cut can open up cleanly and it can finish the fight immediately. That's why we'll see a different pace to this fight. As you said, we'll see intelligent fighting because it can be all over in a second with one elbow.
I love that high check there from Wilker. He knew that kick was coming to the body. He checked high. He knows when to check low, when to check high. Wow, real high level stuff. I mean, for me, the biggest thing is just the technique. Everybody's in position. Nobody's caught out of a bad place. Beautiful stuff.
This to me is ultimate traditional Thai in the sense that you almost give the first round away in the fact that they've had a good look at each other. Little testing out, as you said, the oblique kicks, the back and forward. Wilker came forward a couple of times with the punch combinations, and there was just the once there where they got inside punch range and the crowd anticipated the elbows coming in. It's here, and they just disengage again. They will turn it up in round 2. They will turn it up again in round 3. And any time that you get inside elbow range, one elbow can turn the whole back on its head. That's why it's been fought at this pace with that level of intelligence.
And it's also cool because both guys have kickboxing experience. They're not necessarily a single sport athlete here, so they can use some of those techniques if it does kind of become some glorified, long exchanges of punches and kicks purely. So a lot on the line here tonight, and a matchup that was everything as anticipated, evolving right in front of us here, folks. Great to be tuned in to Fight Live and exclusive worldwide on pay-per-view. This is the big one. Wilker Barros versus Marcus Powell.
And Chris, for those that have been watching all night, you must realize that because this is Muay Thai A-class rules, 5 3-minute rounds, it'll be 2 minutes between rounds. We've had the minutes before, but they'll get longer in this bout.
So another round here, number 2 of a potential 5. 15 minutes of ring time, if necessary. Nice switch kick there from Powell. Good counter there from Barros. Things already bubbling as predicted, Malcolm.
I was just about to say, Chris, you can see that the intent has already come up. They've stayed in the pocket. A little smile there from Marcus because they're testing each other properly now. They're beginning to get in that range, in that zone, and stepping up the pace. And an exchange of right hands. You can feel the tension in the air now. The intent has increased dramatically, Chris.
I like the kicks there from Barros. He's got to keep using those, especially if he can catch Powell coming back from using one of the switch kicks, or the moment the kind of leg is on the way down, he can game and sort of plan to attack that base once it's there. And he shifts really beautifully, and by that I mean he steps through it, moves his head off the center line, gets more power.
Well, they've both stepped up here, Chris, and again, little oblique kicks, little inside leg kicks. The boxing over the top. the focus needs to be there because this is beginning to unravel now, as we thought it would.
It seems to me that Wilker has a slight edge in the speed, although he didn't show it in the first. That was kind of a card he held in reserve.
Well, we're into the clinch for what is probably the first time in the bout, and Wilker very active in this clinch here. And again, we must remember in this clinch, the elbows can be used as well. We've seen previously with the clinches, but here, not only have you got to worry about the knees, you've got to worry about what those arms and those elbows are doing now.
So two of South London's best in the stand-up here tonight. Neither a stranger to the fight game. Wilker, fighting out of KO Next Gen, currently ranked #1 in the UK in K1 and #6 in Muay Thai.
Well, we've been lucky, Chris. We've managed to commentate on him a number of times. And I must say, I've never seen him in such good shape or as sharp as he is tonight.
But Marcus Powell, almost double the experience.
Well, what I've noticed is, subtly, Wilker has taken this second round to Marcus. You talk about that experience. And again, there's the downward elbows from Wilker Barros as they go into the clinch. Totally legal in this A-class bout.
That was really smart. His head was protected. He was in a good position to just deliver those little cheeky shots. And it's not going to be a fight-ending strike, but it's going to be something that he will feel as the rounds go on.
There were subtle differences at play in that second round, Chris, and one of the subtlest differences was the fact that Wilker stepped in the whole time, looked to initiate the whole time. Wilker was the one pushing forward. Yes, Marcus would react, but then when it came into the clinch, we had the knees and elbows from Wilker. So for me, subtle changes, the pace picked up, and I am going to say that I felt the red corner did take that second round.
So 10-9, 10-9, 2018 right now?
No, for me, possibly the opening round, maybe I could see the judges giving it 10-10. I could see that possibly because, again, first round, A-class, traditional time movement from both men. Possibly the judges would sit on the fence as well and go, do you know what, 10-10. But second round, definitely 10-9 for me in favour of Wilker. And those two dumps as well in the clinch, psychological as much as anything else. For me, he just took the edge in that second round.
Well, folks, 3 of 5 coming right up here tonight in London. An amazing atmosphere as well. So much tension. I think the fighters have really shown us the technical showcase that we had hoped to see. And for me, I think that Wilker may look to continue to kind of pour on the pressure and test the cardio of Marcus Powell. Marcus doesn't look too tired, but he does look a little bit flustered, and I wonder whether or not, you know, he's been caught out a couple of times and thought, man, I wasn't quite prepared for such a agile and quick version of Wilker Barros. I think it was smart that Wilker went out there and started beating him in some of those exchanges, especially short exchanges. It's not like these were really long exchanges with sort of 4, 5, 6 punch combinations and kicks. They were kind of like little pot shots and quick kicks or elbows, a couple of knees. Wilker taking it in short doses, but I think taking the edge just in the second there.
I think it's what you said in the first round where we know how fast Wilker is, but he didn't really give it away. It's like we mentioned earlier about not showing all your cards. And I think, like you said, I think Marcus was shocked by the hand speed in the second round and just a couple of those shots that Wilker threw. And again, just psychologically, look, he comes straight into the center of the ring and looks to push Marcus back. And this is why Marcus is responding now, and this is why the crowd are responding, because Marcus is looking to get the big elbows in. I think he realizes that Wilker took the sting there, and now he's looking to respond.
Oh, he's cut, Malcolm. He's cut bad. Somebody's bleeding like a stuck pig in there right now.
That's
it looks
the
like
elbows.
it's Wilker.
It's Wilker. It's the right eye. This is the thing. Marcus came out in the third round knowing that the second round had gone to his opponent, and he immediately came out looking to get inside punch range and throw the elbows.
This is bad, Malcolm. It looks like it's in a bad place. I can't quite tell from a camera angle whether or not it's just over the eye, but it could be. That came quick. And Marcus just ran at him like a bat out of hell, coming with those straight elbows. He took a couple shots, but he cut him.
Well, this was the thing, Chris. This is what we said about the A-class rules, and this is what we said specifically about the elbow. Now, they've done a great job there in the corner, but it's a new intent from Marcus. He knew the sting had been taken out of him in that second round. And he's revitalized here with that elbow.
Now you got to ask yourself, if you're Wilker, do you want to get in there and get in close range and risk another one of those elbows? Or do you try to box, kick, stick and move and avoid getting hit?
The adrenaline again, because obviously he's pumped up, it's flowing, the blood's flowing. Peter Richards is not happy here. And he's saying he needs that blood cleaned off, and he's saying to the doctor, I need this cleared. Now, to answer your question, if they let him go again, he goes for broke, because Pete Richardson will stop it if that cut widens. To answer that question fully, Wilker goes straight back there, looks to land big elbows and knees of his own and take Marcus out. Otherwise, Marcus has got time on his side and will work on that cut.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a difficult part of the decision. It's like, do I take the risk and try to run the clock, or do I take the risk and try to stop it before time is not on my side?
He's going to have to step in. Look, you can tell he knows he's got to take the risk. This is what Wilker needs to do, and that's exactly what he is doing. He needs to get those knees going. He needs to cut Marcus himself. Time is now on Marcus's side.
Short elbow there on the disconnect there from Barros. Marcus looking to line something up. Richardson says no. That's it. That's all over. Marcus Powell gets the stoppage here, and what was an amazing contest.
This was the thing we said, Chris. This is what we said all the way through. When it comes to A-class rules, what did we say? One elbow can change it. Wilker dominated round 2. Marcus came out like a bat out of hell in round 3, through the elbows, and it's a cutting tool. And here we go. Look, Marcus comes straight out. He knows what he wants.
Let's see if we can get an angle on that.
There you go. Left elbow comes in onto the right eye, and he's cut. The left elbow.
Good call. Marcus points and says, look, I got you.
Yeah.
Wilker lunges in, throwing a series of exchanges of his own. Man, that was a fight. That was an awesome fight. So much awesome technique, and of course the consequences, the dire consequences of full tie rules.
Marcus probably got a flea in his ear from his corner in the second, because it looked a dominant round from Wilker. He came out, and an elbow can turn it on its head, and that's exactly what happened. Marcus Powell came out with evil intent in round 3. The left elbow to the right-hand side of the eye of Wilker Barros. It's a cruel sport when it's all 8 limbs and the elbows to the head as well. Perfectly timed left elbow, and it's all over. Now, for me, coming this early when it was just warming up, but there's the game, there's the elbow, the left immediately opens the right eye of Wilker, and that's all she wrote. That's Muay Thai, that's A-class Muay Thai, and what a finish in favor of Marcus Powell.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on Saturday winner Marcus Powell. Marcus, tonight you went out there, it was a patient early start. Once he went after you, in the 3rd round, it was all about the elbow.
Yeah, the plan was, first round, just take it slow. It's chess. So as the first round goes on, just feel out, see how he feels. Second round, feel out a bit more, but take it up. 3rd round, it was just, yeah, let's go now, turn it up. And that's what it was.
It was that looping kind of elbow right over the top. You just grazed him. How confident were you that that was going to be the beginning of the end? Because he was bleeding fairly badly.
To be honest, I wasn't thinking I was going to stop the fight. I was ready to go 4 or 5 rounds. I was ready to go 10 rounds. It's not me being cocky. I just believe in what my team does. And Wilker's a good fighter. I don't take nothing away from him. this would have been a good fight. Well, it was a good fight. I believe this was definitely one of the best fights in England, and definitely one of the fights in the world. Wilker's a good fighter. I hope this fight doesn't break him. I want him to keep guys stronger. He's a good fighter, he's got a lot.
Yeah, and that was one of the storylines. I think a lot of fans come out tonight to support you both. You're great young fighters. You obviously represent London. This was an international level contest, but a local rivalry. Tonight, though, you got the win.
Yeah, it's not, I don't represent London, I represent Fort Neath, born and bred. You know, Wilker's Fort Neath as well. That's what we represent. With the sport, it's a sport. You know, some people, they take it further than it has to go. But the thing I like about this is the fact that we both kept it healthy, with healthy sportsmanship. If I was to see him outside, we can talk. It's not a problem. It's sports. Yeah.
You guys show technique. You guys show confidence. Represent this sport. Also, congratulations on the title.
Thank you. Firstly, I want to thank my first trainer on Showdown now. That's the man that he first showed me everything. You know, before I came to Julian, I knew nothing. I didn't know how to kick. I barely knew how to punch. So respect due to Julian now. He's definitely one of the best trainers, not only in England but in the world. Secondly, I want to thank my current trainer, Martin Goink. He definitely knows his stuff. I believe in his style. Third, I want to thank Crew Sam for putting on such a good show. He is definitely so everyone watch out. Thirdly, I want to thank my team. And by team, I don't just mean people that I train, I mean people that keep me grounded outside. Without them, I wouldn't be who I am right now. And well, to be honest, I should have thanked my Lord first, because without him, none of us would be here. But other than that, everyone that came, thank you for the support, for supporting me and Wilker, and I hope we can carry this on.
Marcus, congratulations on your win. An awesome performance. Really well. I'm here alongside Wilker Barros. Wilker, tonight, not the result you wanted, but you looked so technical out there. You were beating him a lot of the exchanges, great punches, real technical stuff. This was a matchup that everyone wanted to see.
Yeah, Marcus is a great fighter, so it's a South London thing. It's a shame we didn't get to express ourselves fully. We were just getting warmed up. And I was looking forward to seeing the 4th and 5th, but I got caught with the elbow. Then, yeah, the blood came into my eye and it had to be stopped. It's just one of the rules. But much respect to Marcus in his camp. Great fighter, he's a warrior. I think in South London we have a lot of potential, and with everyone's help, we can make it grow.
Wilker, you've got an amazing team behind you. What a successful show tonight. You got to headline this big show. Marcus, obviously very respectful. How do you see this all going forward? Would you up for a rematch? You have to fight here again in Next Generation Combat?
Oh yes, I'd love to. I'd love to rematch Marcus, maybe for A-class fight. And after that, we move on to K1 because I just love warriors. And people like Marcus keep me going. I want to fight. I don't want an easy fight where I come in and I take him out and he walks out because I need him to the point of an elbow. I'm here for fight. I'm ready to go to war. And Marcus is just the perfect opponent for me.
Wilker, Marcus, I echo the same. You did a great part of yourself here tonight. You guys represent the sport beautifully. Thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you back here once again.
Thanks a lot, everyone. One more everyone who came out to support the show. We really appreciate everyone. Master Sam, the formula behind everything. My team, my brother. One love, everyone. Take care.
I'm going to play the host of the proceedings here tonight. I got to give a big shout out to the whole crew, everybody in attendance, our officials, our judges, our referee, the production staff, of course the medical staff, not the least you fans. We look forward to seeing you all again here for more Next Generation Combat. That's a good night from all of us here in London. Get home safe, folks. Thank you very much.